Would you trust the same hand that once stabbed you in the back? Forgiveness is praised as a virtue, a way to find peace, but some wounds shouldn't heal, and some betrayals don't deserve a second chance. Some betrayals cut so deep that forgiving isn't wisdom, it's self-betrayal. Think about it. When trust is broken, when someone close reveals their true colors, do you owe them another chance? Or do you owe yourself the dignity of walking away? The Stoics taught that our peace matters more than the illusions we refuse to let go of. Real strength isn't about enduring the unbearable, it's about knowing when to walk away. In today's video, we'll uncover 7 betrayals so deep that forgiving them could cost you more than you think. These aren't just mistakes, they are breaches of trust, respect, and the core values of a healthy relationship. Each betrayal teaches a lesson, not in resentment, but in self-respect. Sometimes, the wisest choice is refusing to let someone hurt you twice. Stay with me until the end, because the last one might completely change how you see forgiveness. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Someone out there might need to hear this today. 1. Repeated lying. Trust is the bedrock of any meaningful relationship, a bond woven from honesty, respect, and consistency. It is what allows us to feel safe in another's presence, to be vulnerable without fear. But when lies enter the picture, that foundation starts to crack. At first, it may seem harmless, small lies, little deceptions, tiny cracks in the foundation, but lying is never just about the words, it's about what it signifies. A lack of respect for truth, for trust, for you. Imagine you're building a bridge, stone by stone. Each truth shared, each promise kept, strengthens the structure. Now imagine that someone begins to replace those stones with hollow imitations. At first, you might not see it, but over time, the foundation weakens. Then one day, under the weight of your trust, it crumbles. That's the cost of repeated dishonesty. It makes trust unsustainable. Take the story of Daniel. He once believed his girlfriend Sarah was his most honest confidant. The first lie was small. She said she was somewhere she wasn't. He brushed it off. Then came the excuses, the inconsistencies, the stories that didn't quite add up. One evening, a casual comment from a mutual friend revealed months of deception. In that moment, Daniel's pain wasn't just about the latest lie, it was the realization that someone he trusted had been quietly tearing their relationship apart. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Lying repeatedly isn't just a habit, it's a reflection of character. Someone who deceives once may seek redemption, but a person who lies over and over, knowing the harm they cause, has chosen deception over integrity. Stoicism teaches that we can't control others, only how we respond, and sometimes, the wisest, most self-respecting choice is to walk away. Forgiving one lie can be wisdom, but tolerating repeated dishonesty is a betrayal of yourself. Love cannot grow where trust is constantly eroded. A relationship built on deception is a relationship destined to collapse. You deserve honesty, not uncertainty. Never hesitate to re-evaluate a connection that forces you to live in doubt, because in the end, only truth can sustain love. 2. Physical or emotional abuse. A relationship should be a safe haven, built on trust, respect, and mutual growth. It should strengthen, not weaken, uplift, not tear down. But when abuse enters, whether physical or emotional, that foundation crumbles. Abuse is not a rough patch to endure or a problem to fix. It is a line that, once crossed, cannot be ignored. Forgiving abuse does not heal it. Tolerating it does not change it. the only path forward is to walk away. Imagine a thriving garden, lush and full of life. Abuse is like a slow-acting poison seeping into the soil, unseen at first, but deadly over time. The roots of trust begin to decay, the flowers of love wither, and soon, what was once beautiful becomes lifeless. No matter how much you nurture the surface, the poison underneath will keep spreading, unless you walk away from the toxic ground. Think of Emma, who once believed in the love she shared with her partner. At first, his anger seemed like harmless frustration, then came the insults, masked as jokes. The day he grabbed her arm in a fit of rage, leaving a bruise, she convinced herself it was a mistake. But it wasn't. The next time, it was worse. Emma kept forgiving, hoping he would change, until she realized something crucial: real love doesn't demand suffering, and not all abuse is physical. Emotional wounds often cut deeper, leaving no visible scars but lasting damage. Think of Daniel, whose partner constantly belittled him. "You'll never be good enough," she'd say. At first he dismissed it, but over time, doubt crept in. He started questioning his worth, losing confidence, shrinking into himself. Emotional abuse is a slow erosion of the soul, a prison built from words, control, and manipulation. Stoicism teaches that our peace is sacred and that no one has the right to strip us of our dignity. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. Walking away from abuse is not weakness, it is strength in its purest form. It is choosing self-respect over fear, clarity over confusion, freedom over control. Leaving an abusive relationship may be one of the hardest choices you make, but it is also the most necessary. You cannot build a future on a foundation of suffering. Protect your heart, your body, and your mind. You deserve love that uplifts, not love that destroys. Step out of the storm and you will find the light waiting on the other side. 3. Public humiliation. Love is meant to uplift, to empower, to be a source of strength. At its core, a relationship is built on mutual respect, a safe space where both individuals feel valued. But when the person who should protect your dignity instead chooses to humiliate you in front of others, that bond is broken. Public humiliation isn't just a moment of disrespect, it's a deep betrayal, an attack on your self-worth that no apology can easily erase. Picture this: that you're at a gathering, laughing, feeling at ease. Then, out of nowhere, your partner makes a cruel joke at your expense. The room goes silent, all eyes turn to you. In that moment, you feel exposed, small, powerless. A loving partner protects you, lifts you up in front of others, not tears you down. That's not love, it's controlled. It's not a mistake, it's a disregard for your dignity. This kind of betrayal is like a slow-acting poison. At first, it goes unnoticed, but over time, it eats away at your confidence and sense of self. You start to wonder, if the person who claims to love me doesn't respect me, do I even deserve respect? That doubt takes root, slowly breaking your spirit. But the truth is, humiliation says nothing about your worth. It only reveals the character of the one who inflicted it. Marcus Aurelius once said, "A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions." A person who demeans their partner in public is revealing their own insecurity, not yours. True strength lies in those who honor and uplift their loved ones, not in those who belittle them for amusement or control. Public humiliation doesn't just hurt you, it also damages how others perceive your relationship. Friends and family start to question the respect your partner has for you, and this discomfort ripples outward, affecting the bonds you share with those around you. A relationship built on love should make you feel safe, not scrutinized. Stoicism teaches that our dignity isn't defined by how others treat us, but by how we choose to respond. Forgiving public humiliation without consequence only invites more of it. Walking away isn't weakness, it's the highest form of self-respect. Real love doesn't diminish you, it elevates you. It doesn't embarrass you, it protects you. If someone repeatedly drags you into the depths of shame, they do not love you as they should. You deserve a love that lets you shine, not one that dims your light. 4. Repeated infidelity. Trust is the invisible thread that connects two hearts, the foundation on which love is built. When betrayal shatters that trust, the damage is profound. But when infidelity happens repeatedly, it's no longer a mistake, it's a choice. A choice that shows a deep disregard for your worth, your commitment, and the sacred bond you once believed in. Imagine a wedding ring, an unbroken circle symbolizing loyalty and devotion. Now picture that ring with a deep crack. Its perfect form ruined. That is what repeated infidelity does to a relationship. Each betrayal adds another crack, weakening the foundation of love until all that's left is pain and disillusionment. Infidelity isn't just a physical act, it's the deception, the secrecy, the betrayal of deep intimacy. It's the painful realization that the one you trusted most has knowingly broken the commitment they once made to you. A single act of betrayal may sometimes be repaired, like a fragile glass vase carefully pieced back together. But if that vase is dropped over and over, the fragments become too shattered to mend. David forgave his partner after discovering an affair, hoping it was just a moment of weakness, a mistake never to be repeated. But then it happened again. And again. With each betrayal, the apologies felt emptier, the promises less believable. What hurt most wasn't just the act itself, it was realizing that his forgiveness had become permission for more deception. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control the actions of others, only our response to them. As Epictetus said, when someone is unfaithful, they betray themselves first. Their actions reveal their character, not your value. Repeated infidelity isn't a lapse in judgment, it's a pattern, a disregard for the love and trust you've given. Forgiveness is a gift, not a duty. When it's met with continued betrayal, it stops being noble and becomes self-destruction. Walking away from someone who repeatedly breaks your trust is not an act of weakness, it is an act of strength. It is a declaration that you refuse to settle for a love built on deception. You deserve loyalty, you deserve honesty, you deserve a love that mirrors the faithfulness you give. If someone continues to betray you, they are showing you who they truly are. Believe them and choose yourself. 5. Gaslighting. A relationship should be a place of truth, mutual respect, and understanding, a foundation where two people can grow together in clarity and trust. But when gaslighting takes hold, that foundation begins to crumble. This isn't just a misunderstanding or poor communication, it's a calculated manipulation meant to distort your reality and make you doubt yourself. Imagine holding a lantern to light your path, its steady glow guiding you forward. Now picture someone slowly dimming that light, all while insisting that nothing has changed, that the darkness you feel is only in your mind. Over time, you begin to doubt your own eyes, your own memories, your own truth. This is the insidious nature of gaslighting. It does not just distort your perception, it erodes your very sense of self. A manipulative partner will twist your words, deny events you clearly recall, and plant seeds of doubt in your mind. At first, these subtle distortions seem harmless, but they build up over time, creating a fog that blurs your confidence. It's like looking into a warped mirror, until one day, you no longer recognize yourself. Think about Rachel, who constantly found herself doubting her own memory. Whenever she confronted her partner about a hurtful remark, the response was always the same: "I never said that. You're just imagining things." If Rachel showed sadness, she was told she was too sensitive. If she pointed out inconsistencies, she was accused of overreacting. Slowly, she began to wonder, am I the problem? That is the true danger of gaslighting. Gaslighting makes you doubt your own instincts, leaving you dependent on someone else's version of reality. It's more than just manipulation, it's a form of control. It isolates you, making you hesitant to speak up and afraid to trust your own mind. You begin to silence yourself even when you know the truth, but the most important truth is this: your inner light has never gone out, it has only been obscured by someone else's deception. Stoicism emphasizes clarity, reason, and self-trust. As Marcus Aurelius said, "If someone can prove me wrong, I will gladly change, for I seek the truth." But when someone twists reality for their own gain, it's not truth, it's manipulation. Recognizing this is the first step to reclaiming your strength. Real love does not make you doubt yourself, it reinforces your sense of self. Walking away from a gaslighting partner is not weakness, it is courage. It's a statement that your truth matters, your voice deserves to be heard, and no one has the right to control your reality. You deserve a relationship where your light isn't dimmed but celebrated. Stand firm in your truth, trust your clarity, and never let anyone take that away from you. Your reality is yours, and your strength is yours to reclaim. 6. Controlling behavior. Love should be a partnership, not a prison, a bond that fosters freedom, individuality, and mutual respect. When control seeps into a relationship, the foundation begins to crumble. Trust is replaced with restrictions, support with dominance. Control is not love. Control is a red flag that must not be ignored. Imagine standing before a vast forest, free to explore, where every step is guided by your own choices. Now imagine someone blocking your path, insisting you take only the route they choose. At first, it may seem like care or protection, but over time, you realize you are no longer in control of your own journey. This is the essence of controlling behavior, a force that robs you of your autonomy, leaving you dependent and unsure of yourself. Control doesn't always come as demands or ultimatums. Sometimes, it wears the mask of concern: "I just want what's best for you," or "Trust me, this is for your own good." But beneath those words lies restriction, not care. A controlling partner dictates who you can talk to, what you can do, and even how you should think. They question your choices, isolate you from loved ones, and gradually erode your sense of self. Imagine a candle burning brightly in the dark. Its flame represents your spirit, your independence, but if someone keeps extinguishing it again and again, you may hesitate to light it at all. Controlling behavior works the same way, draining your confidence, making you doubt your own decisions, and leaving you afraid to stand on your own. Instead of feeling supported, you feel watched and restricted. A healthy relationship should empower, not confine. It should nurture your growth, respect your passions, and celebrate your individuality. Control, on the other hand, is a caged. It may appear structured and secure, but in reality it stifles your potential. A young tree needs open sky, sunlight, and space for its roots to grow, not a small pot that restricts it from ever reaching its full strength. Stoic philosophy reminds us that our freedom is one of the most valuable things we possess, and to surrender it is to betray ourselves. As Epictetus taught, no man is free who is not master of himself. Love should never feel like a cage. It shouldn't control your thoughts, your relationships, or your future. True love walks beside you, not in your way. If you find yourself in a relationship where your choices are no longer your own, take a step back and ask, is this love or is this control? The answer may be painful, but it will be the key to reclaiming your freedom. Leaving a controlling relationship is not a failure, it is a victory. It is a declaration that your voice, your choices, and your life belong to you. You deserve a love that trusts, not controls. A love that frees, not confines. Choose freedom, choose yourself. Never settle for anything less than what you truly deserve. 7. Lack of accountability. Growth in any relationship begins with a simple truth: we all make mistakes. A strong relationship isn't about perfection, it's about owning mistakes, taking responsibility, and growing together. But when a partner refuses accountability, they aren't just avoiding blame, they're resisting growth. Without accountability, a relationship becomes stagnant, weighed down by unspoken resentments and unresolved issues. Imagine a beautiful home with a leaky roof after a storm. Instead of fixing it, the homeowner shrugs and says, "It's not my fault, it's just the weather." Over time, the water seeps in, weakening the walls and rotting the foundation. Eventually, the house collapses, not because of the storm, but because of neglect. Relationships are no different. When one partner avoids responsibility, small cracks begin to form, weakening the foundation of trust and respect. Cracks in trust, respect, and emotional security deepen over time. If left unaddressed, they will eventually shatter the entire relationship. Picture a simple disagreement. Instead of hearing "I'm sorry, that was my fault," you're met with, "That's not my problem, you're just overreacting." These words do more than dismiss your feelings. By denying their actions and invalidating your feelings, they slowly erode trust and diminish respect. What was once a safe and supportive relationship turns uncertain, unstable, and undeserving of your emotional investment. Accountability goes beyond admitting mistakes, it's a sign of respect. It shows that the relationship matters and that one is willing to take responsibility to make things right. A partner who refuses to take responsibility isn't just avoiding their mistakes, they're devaluing the relationship itself. This creates a cycle of blame and defensiveness, where growth is stifled, resentment builds, and connection fades. Imagine a mirror with deep cracks distorting the reflection. Each refusal to take responsibility is another blow to the glass, making it harder to see the relationship clearly. Without accountability, misunderstandings multiply, the foundation weakens, and the love that once thrived begins to wither. Taking responsibility requires humility, the ability to set aside ego, self-reflect, and ask, "How can I do better?" Without this, growth is impossible. A partner who avoids accountability remains trapped in their own patterns, repeating the same behaviors and dragging the relationship down with them. It's like a roadblock on a winding path. The journey ahead is full of promise, but unless the obstacle is removed, you'll never move forward. Walking away from someone who refuses to take responsibility isn't failure, it's self-respect. It's a declaration that you deserve better. A true partner values growth, seeing mistakes as lessons, not excuses. Real growth comes from owning faults, taking responsibility, and striving to be better. A partner who refuses to be accountable isn't just harming the present, they are sabotaging the future. Choose a relationship built on honesty, self-awareness, and respect. Choose a partner who values love enough to admit when they are wrong. Because real love isn't about endurance, it's about mutual care. It should lift you up, empower you, and help you grow. If a relationship makes you feel small, unworthy, or invisible, it is not love. It's merely a shadow of what love should be. A partner who crosses your boundaries, disregards your dignity, or dismisses your happiness is showing you exactly how much they value the relationship. Believe them. You deserve a love that respects your worth, not one that diminishes you. Always choose yourself. Now picture yourself walking away, shedding the weight of the past, each step lighter than the last. The chains of pain, doubt, and disappointment fall away, and suddenly you stand in the warmth of the sun, free. This isn't giving up, it's rising above, it's choosing yourself. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting, it means learning. It means understanding that your worth is not defined by someone else's choices, but by your strength to stand up for what you deserve. Every step forward is an act of self-respect, a declaration that you refuse to settle for anything less than the love, trust, and dignity you are worthy of. Love is not meant to break you, it is meant to build you. A healthy relationship doesn't ask you to shrink, it encourages you to grow. Love should affirm your worth, not make you question it. If someone cannot honor your value, walking away is not a loss, it is a victory for your soul. Imagine yourself standing tall, embracing a life filled with confidence, purpose, and self-love. This is the life you create when you choose yourself over relationships that diminish you. You deserve a love that uplifts, a respect that never wavers, and a connection that nourishes your soul.